HIV testing in the age group, we managed to go beyond our target, which is 95. So if we look through the years from 2017 up to 2024, it's an increasing trend. And again, when we look at initiations, viral load done, as well as viral load suppression, we'll see that there is an increasing trend. These are some of the facilities that have launched youth zones. Remember, we said it's youth zones. They have to be known by the communities, the stakeholders in the community, so that young people are able to go to facilities and are supported by parents, by everyone in the communities. So these are some of the facilities that have launched youth zones around ADM as well as in BCM. In conclusion, future efforts should focus on expanding youth zones and enhancing training for providers. One would ask why we're saying we should expand. I mentioned when we started, we were supporting 79 facilities around BCM, but currently we are at 41 facilities. So there are current reports that we have heard from managers around BCM that there's a lack in the facilities that we are no longer supporting as moving on. So hence we are now saying we should focus on expanding. Again, ongoing monitoring and community involvement is very essential in long-term success of the intervention. Peer engagement and designated youth spaces were the key factors in reducing barriers to care. These are some of the chairmanesses that have been trained on youth zones. They are around BCM. Thank you so much.
No, not yet. There is a question, and I'm not sure whether this is directed at Amelia or it's directed at Akona. So the question reads as follows. Data shows that ABYM are the ones who are uptaking PrEP more than AGYW. Would it not be useful to establish from them as the male sexual partners of the AGYW on how they advise on what strategies the sectors should use to encourage the AGYW to uptake PrEP, especially that AGYW are more vulnerable to contract HIV? That is a mouthful. Amelia, so Amelia will address that question. I think she will do it from there. We'll go onto the app and view. Siyabulela Akon. Hi guys, clap for Akon, she's young. All righty. One of our objectives of this whole 3 days is to learn, is to share information and to take things from one another. And it is so helpful that we have an app that will go a long way with us. It's not just a thing of now and it disappears. An app is staying in your phone and we keep on engaging. So I'm going to call upon our next speaker, Mr. Sifisa Manqele. The uptake on a PrEP among male sexual partners of AGYW, that is ages 25 to 40, in 3 sub-districts of South Africa.
Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, and gender diverse persons. My name is Sifisa Manqele. I am an ABYM coordinator responsible for male sexual partners of AGYWs. By AGYWs, I noticed the lady said we like acronyms. It stands for adolescent girls and young women. So my focus is on male sexual partners of these AGYWs. My work focuses mostly, especially as an ABYM coordinator. I'm employed by Beyond Zero, So my focus is in the coordination, implementation of AYP program. The AYP program is very complex in our program. It has different components that I'm not going to dwell on, but I'll be focusing more to male sexual partners of AGYW. Today, I'm excited also to share with you my abstract that talks about the uptake of PrEP, exposure prophylaxis, among male sexual partners of adolescent girls and young women. I would also like to acknowledge the intelligent people who have been working behind me in developing this abstract, who is my line manager, Mrs. Pam Kavile, who is also a program manager, as well as my M&E person, M&E officer, who is Pua Marcel, who has assisted me with the data to make sure that the development of my abstract is a success. The background of my abstract, maybe you can ask, the question that you may ask is that why it's PrEP for male sexual partners of AGYW. Before I dwell on that, BZ implement AYP program in 5 sub-districts. So, and of the component in these 5 sub-districts, we're focusing more on the component for male sexual partners because AGYW, they benefit directly from the component for MSPs. So AYP targets age band, it's from 10 to 24, but it's grouped according to the age, it's tailor-made for the age group. We have 10 to 14 and 15 to 19 and 19 to 24. According to the data, it has noted that MSPs, AGYWs have sexual relationships with men between 25 to 40. That is where my study is coming from. The reason why we say PrEP, because it is critical for HIV prevention for among adolescent girls and young women. You can also relate MEC from health. She even mentioned that our young girls are a vulnerable population in terms of HIV infections. So part of the incidence through those HIV infections is through our blessers. So they're dating older people amongst them through transactional sex in order for them to survive. That leads the high rise of HIV infections. And also to expand the scope of prevention to provide community-level objectives, of level benefits, and also the objective mainly is to assess trends during this PrEP uptake or in PrEP among MSPs aged 25 to 40, and also after the assessing of those trends, we need to be that those results will inform the future prevention strategy, the prevention of our AGYWs. The study sets the methodology of the study. This is a quantitative study, and also it's from this. The data is collected from October 2023 to June 2024, and also it was focusing mainly in 3 sub-districts in South Africa. And the data collection is extracted through quarters, which is 3 quarters: October to December, January to March, and April to June. And through the analysis of the data collection, we've seen that there is a growth pattern assessed across all those sub-districts. For the results overview, the key findings, there's been a consistent uptake growth. As you can see, from October to December, we started with 78 male sexual partners who were initiated on PrEP. But from January to June, you can see the very massive rise from 78 to 346. It was not easy, though, to make sure that our MSPs, they are initiated on PrEP. But because of some strategies that were applied during those activities that I can name some of them, when our SRs were implementing the program, they were offering some beautiful strategies like offering free haircuts as demand creation for our male sexual partners to take health services. And also all our implementers, they were working collaboratively where they were working closely with the workplaces where they offer services to the men, to our MSPs where they are working, and also even attending a sports event where they will find that when there is a sport event is where our implementers, they will go there and have demand creation, and also during that awareness activities, they will also provide all the health services that will cater for our MSPs. And also the collaboration with civil societies in men's sector worked very well as a strategy as to make sure that the PrEP uptake is rising, as we can see. And targeting all sports, e.g. taxi ranks and taverns, worked very well. These MSPs, as we are saying, they are for HYWs. When we offer health services to our HYWs, they are the ones who tells us where are we going to get these MSPs. So they tell us the hotspots where they can direct us to make sure that we offer the prevention services to our MSPs at the end that will also benefit our HYWs. Mentioning another strategies is to working extended hours. Implementers were used to work extended hours, even during weekends, because you may find these MSPs also, they are also working. So during the day, it's difficult for you to get them to access services. But they will be client-oriented where they will offer services based on the availability of the beneficiary. And also through males-friendly services, it worked well, where they were working closely with health facilities, where we will find, remember, usually men, they are impatient. It's in our nature. And we hate queues. So by working closely with health facilities where we will create male-friendly services like the previous presenter was mentioning about the youth zones, is similar to our style of approaching men, where we have those men's corners where all men are getting the services, health services. Those are the strategies that help very well for the good results of the uptake of PrEP. As the sub-district insights, the growth was observed across all three regions. There is a part where it's talking about the comparison of sub-districts. Yes, the study was during these sub-districts, but in terms of a geographical area, it's different because some sub-districts are in rural areas, and others are in urban areas, and even strategies differ based on the geographical area of the SR where they are implementing. The implications for HIV prevention, the community impact. You can see the results that it boosted the protection for HYWs because our focus for make sure that our MSPs do take PrEP. We are killing two birds with one stone, where we are protecting these MSPs also at the same time that indirectly we are also protecting our HYWs for the elimination of HIV infections. And also the program development insights inform scalable interventions and to strengthen collaborative efforts between healthcare providers and communities. The acknowledgement is from the data source where we've worked with by participating with sub-districts where they are the direct implementers, and also the healthcare providers and outreach team who were the field soldiers where they render these services to our beneficiaries, and also the funding and supporting organizations for providing resources for the program to be a success. In conclusion, the key takeaways for this study is that the substantial rise in PrEP enrollment among MSPs, as you will have seen in the data that I projected, and successful outreach and intervention strategies worked. The strategies that I spoke about earlier, where I even mentioned that the SRs, they came with different amazing strategies that help the initiation of PrEP to be a success, the importance of sustaining efforts for long-term success, and the future steps is to address sub-district disparities where we collecting and analyzing data and understanding causes in the data, and resource allocation to ensure that there is continued support the way the resources needed. And again, lastly is the program improvement to tailor strategies for the PrEP uptake. That's it for me. So thank you so much.
Yeah, these people are getting away very lightly, hey? Nyabesa, why aren't you giving them questions? Nyabesa, only 2 questions. Hi, Bayan Sab. They're scared of you, these people. Yeah. Asbonge Putsibisa. And so, I'm sorry, I said your name incorrectly. It's Sifisa. And I said something else. Sorry about that. We've clearly saved the best for last, I think, and that is Ignatius Mnisi, who is doing access to healthcare services for men who have sex with men. MSM.
Hi, everyone. These people were short. Hi, everyone. My name is Ignatius Mnisi. I'm the MSM program coordinator from Beyond Zero. We implement our program in 6 provinces and 14 districts. So the topic that I'll be talking to you about today is something that it's been trending. People know about it, but they don't talk about it. Excuse me. So the topic that I'll be talking about is access to healthcare services for men who have sex with men, regarding barriers and enablers. So the background about this specific topic is access to healthcare services for men who have sex with men is a critical public concern in South Africa and often obstructed by various barriers and facilitated by specific enablers. Understanding these dynamics is essential to enhancing healthcare outcomes within this population. So the method that was used, this study employed community dialogues to investigate barriers and enablers that MSM faced in regions including Free State, Vembe, Northwest, East London, KwaZulu-Natal, and Limpopo. Research spent 2 years and 6 months from August 2021 to February 2023, conducted in a diverse community settings to gain a comprehensive insight into the MSM experience. A qualitative approach was utilized, engaging MSM in preparatory for this discussion about their health services. So these are the results. Data gathered through facilitated groups discussion with 460 MSM participants. However, additional unreported cases which mounted to 30%, or rather 138 participants, highlighted the challenges some MSM face in disclosing their identities.